Have you ever noticed how things just happen differently within different parts of town? Well, they do. And if you haven't, here's a suggestion for you. Take a drive across town sometime to a place that you normally don't go and then just hang out there for a little while. Pop into one of their coffee shops or maybe even get a bite to eat, do some shopping, take in a movie or something, I don't know. Just long enough for you to get a feel for the flavor of the area. You will notice the phenomenon that to a person, everybody there looks and acts and carries themselves in a manner that is completely different to what you're accustomed. This was brought home to me in a very big way earlier this year as I took a transfer at my own job from one of our more outlying suburban locations to one of our more central locations within the heart of one of our city's big shopping districts. For starters, we do a much greater volume at this location, but that's not the real story. You would sort of expect that. No, the real story is the way we do it. You see, customers walk in and they're much more confident about telling us straight out what they really want. And sales staffs are also much more confident and empowered about delivering those things. And it occurs to me, this is how it's supposed to be done all along. And then it occurs to me, well, this is the way I see how it's supposed to be done, and that's what makes it such an appropriate fit for me to be there. Consider that my starting point. Because if you live in any major metropolitan area, then you have at least one really big shopping district whose dynamics perfectly match everything I just said. But you also probably have a museum district close to downtown where everybody within a 5 or 6 block radius is sort of bookish, I don't know, nerdy or something. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Nerds are cool. Hell, I'm a big nerd. Who am I kidding? But it is what it is. You also, I'm sure, have a pretty big industrial district, and it's filled with people who are big, burly, sort of. And they all probably drive pickup trucks, listen to country music, and spend most of their day working at fixing cars, or air conditioners, or electrical equipment, or who knows what. I don't know. And there's some really wonderful people to be found within this subgroup. As within every subgroup. I mean, well, who am I kidding? I can't fix things, do any of that crap. Are you kidding me? But there are also complete jerkwads to be found within each subgroup. But most people tend to fall somewhere in the middle. So while you're hanging out at that coffee shop, once you've noticed how different they all are from you, now notice how closely in sync they all are with respect to one another and to that immediate surrounding. It's eerie. It's almost as if they're all strangely connected to one another on some higher level, even though everybody knows that that's not the case. Or is it? And there's this perfect sense of fit and flow to the whole thing. And somewhere within all of this, I may have just by sheer accident swerved into one of the keys, one of the tricks, if you will, to being happy. It kind of goes like this. Find out where you belong and be there. I know, right? You're falling over yourself laughing at me right now because that's so absurdly simple what I just said, isn't it? And people even say that all the time as if it's kind of a one-off cliche. Well, you just need to get to where you belong. You just need to get to where you need to be. As if that were so obvious. And in a way, it kind of is obvious, but there's more to it than that. You see, where you need to be actually is a very real physical spot somewhere on this earth that you can go. Find it, get yourself there, and become happy. That's it. I think we're about done here, don't you? Pretty well says it all. I want to thank you for watching. I'll see everybody next time. Till then, Steve out.